So, Bosley, boy, they're a wonderful crew there. I um, I decided to get some hair transplants back in October 2nd of 2006. Uh, and anyways, um, 3 months went by and they didn't work, and 4, 5, 6 months go by and still nothing was happening, no growth, and um, but in spring of 2007, I I realized that they're not growing because they require godly powers in order to it's like miracle grow. It requires supernatural powers in order for a follicular hair transplant to actually get transplanted. It's kind of like miracle grow for plants. It's godly powers makes a transplant actually be able to transplant to your new place in your head. I had plugs put in back in 2000. See, what was it? 9/11, actually. The morning of 9/11 is when I had plugs put in, and those worked because it brings over enough skin, enough of root supply of blood to transplant properly. But unfortunately, it's hardly any. It's a lot of. It's really rough on the head. It's not exactly a lot of hair that gets transplanted. It's a pretty rough procedure. So follicular transplants are definitely a cool process. I love the idea. Unfortunately, they don't work on me. So when I realized this, I took Bosley to court for patent infringement, and they're using godly powers to help make transplants work for their patients. So I'm like, I want to cut, right? Well, this is during a time when I thought I actually had a viable patent infringement rights, but it turns out I was wrong. But in the process, I accused them of trying to kill me. See, on October 2nd, 2006, that's the day that the Amish school shooting occurred. And I don't mind when people try to kill me, but when these side effects occur, in which these school shootings, whenever you hear of a school shooting, it's pretty much somebody tried to kill me that day. It's almost a 90% chance that it's related to me. So I guess when somebody's actually dying as a result of a hit on me, I guess I should do something about it. So I accused them of trying to kill me, and of course they didn't even acknowledge the hit. So I applied for a motion for judgment for the hit, and of course the judge says, F you, roller. And you know, um, um, so I got that one. That case was completely dismissed. But because the transplants failed, I wanted a refund. Bosley guarantees their transplants, so I wanted a refund of the money. It was like $5,500 or something like that. But when I was the Chicago office, they wanted me to wait for a year after the transplant. So that was October of 2007, and I asked for a refund. They recommended a office visit. So I told them I was a little nervous about visiting them there because the Amish school shooting occurred. And I should also mention, during the Bosley case, when I accused Bosley of trying to kill me, they did make a statement. They sent me a letter in the mail, and it said, we did not try to kill you on that day. We've never tried to kill you ever. And for a while during the spring portion of 2007, I was under the impression that lawyers had a hard time lying to me even outside the oath. They couldn't even, were having trouble saying lies to me over the phone or whatever. When I was with Prepaid Legal, I was just noticing this. Anyways, so I believed it. This letter was not under oath. It was not an affidavit. So I believed it, and it was about a month about a month or two later, I realized that these people are lying, that they need to be under oath. So I asked Bosley, I said, listen, can you take that letter and just make it in a, just get it notarized in an affidavit format and then submit it into the docket? And they kept responding, well, they couldn't do it. They literally, there was weeks gone by, 3 weeks gone by. They finally said, the lawyer for Bosley said, hey, why don't you just take the letter and submit it into the docket for yourself, and everybody will believe that. I said, no. Why don't you do that for me? You submit it into the docket, and I will believe it. Anyways, they couldn't take that letter and submit it into the docket as proof. That's because it's a lie, and that's why they tried to kill me. In other words, so a letter. So people are forthcoming about saying they did not try to kill me, as long as it's not under oath. They'll send me a letter and say, and so when I say, listen, make that under oath, and they go, oh, I can't. They don't say I can't do it. They say, oh, well, we don't feel like doing it. We don't feel like wasting our time. Other excuses, many other excuses. It's all a bunch of BS. We don't feel like wasting our time, telling you we're not trying to kill you because we've already sent you a letter. We don't feel like doing it anymore. I love these excuses. Anyways, I would certainly like to know, for my own peace of mind, that nobody's trying to kill me, right? So, so Bosley's trying to kill me, and I made a memo for judgment. I made a motion for judgment for the hit, and the judge said F you. Anyways, so when I was telling the Chicago office about, I was a little nervous that maybe you might try to kill me again because of what I told him, the lawyer that was in this case, and I sued him, and well, he responded. The Chicago office didn't respond. They were like, they're in freak mode. They're like, oh, the freak is loose, and we shouldn't ever talk to him again. So I had to eventually, a few months went by, I had to eventually make an office visit to the Chicago office to get an examination done because they wouldn't believe me. So one day, so I get all the arrangements, and I bought the ticket and everything. One day before the flight takes off, I get a call from the lawyer, the boss's lawyer, saying, hey, cancel the visit. We're going to give you money. We're going to give you $5,000 for since you're not happy with the transplants. And but by the way, I have to sign a contract, a release of liability for everything that Bosley has done to me. So the amount was lower. It was supposed to be $5,600. About if I get the money back from the plane ticket, it's like $5,650. So I'm like, I want $5,650. You guys canceled my flight ticket, and you would hold me liable if I canceled my appointment. So I'm going to hold you liable for canceling the appointment. I want my money for the flight. And they're like, no, just take it or leave it, roller. F you, and and this contract was like a complete release of all liability. Everything before and after, it was like past, present, and future, all claims of Bosley are released. It was like if I slip on their sidewalk or something in 5 years, so well, I signed this contract. So this is really crap. So I don't, and they gave me 2 weeks. Said you got 2 weeks to sign, otherwise it's null and void. So I took them to small claims court 6 months later, and I'm thinking this could be trouble. Anyways, it turned out it was. The Bosley lawyer is there, and he's like, dude, this guy's a troublemaker. He's David Copperfield. He says he's God, Can you dismiss his case? And the judge said, sure. I mean, that lawyer could have taken a dump right on the floor in the courtroom. And it's a small claims court now. So I'm suing for like $5,600. Anyways, but the judge didn't even take a paper from me, and he let me speak about, 20 seconds. And after the lawyer's done talking, the judge says, hey, I've heard enough, and he dismissed the case. So I got nothing. So Bosley, who guarantees their transplants, wants to give me nothing. Now, they'll see this video, and they'll go, you know that roller? He looks like he had a good head of hair. He's got a good head of hair, and the transplants worked. But if I turn on the light here, actually, even when I turn the light, it's kind of a, it's you can't actually see it. It actually looks like a decent amount of hair. It really does, and it's sort of some kind of illusion with my hair, in which if I were to shave this, if I were to shave my head like in some of the videos that I'll post, um, uh, it, it's horrible. And in fact, if I get my hair shaved real close, people look at me like I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, look what happened. So when I let my hair grow long, I've got a wonderful fluff factor with my hair. Somehow it just looks, even though I've got 5% of the hair follicles, it looks like I got like a half a head of hair. And under this video here, it looks like I've got an 80% amount of hair. I mean, it's this, it is um I got some weird hair. Anyways, so they'll see this and they'll go, yeah, that roller's got a head of hair. But under oath, if I ask them under oath that the hair transplants were successful, um, they won't ever give me that statement. And so when I call up Bosley today, oh, by the way, I called up Bosley after I got my case dismissed, and I mean they like I said my name's Chris Roller. It's almost like they have a hotline. You hear the word Chris Roller, and boom, forward it off to the freak notice, like the Batmobile, like the Freakmobile. Let's forward it off over there. I swear they were nearly going to give me a restraining order for me trying to get back my money that they guaranteed. And so they're like, so I call them again, and they're like, oh, we don't even have records of who we are. We don't even know what you are. And then I call them back again, and they're like, oh, now we know who you are, and they forward me to a freak hotline, some kind of lawyer hotline. And it's like, Roller, you just, the case got this, we won the case, screw you, F you, and go F yourself, And I'm like, dude, man, this legal system's a sham. And they're like, dude, man, you lost, and please leave us alone because we got your money and you didn't get your hair, and no. So it's a massive bend over by Bosley. I mean, they tried to kill me, and a bunch of people died that day, and they feel no remorse, and they wanted to just completely get it out of their system. And so at bendemover.com, we have trust us, we have experience in the phenomenon known as bend over, and the lawyers here, the lawyers here at Bend Them Over, they trust them. They have experience in getting bent over. So maybe I'll be able to return the favor one day to them, and some kind of bend over. But I guess it won't be the legal system. I realize that that's not working, so I'm having to try to figure out other remedies to remedies for doing me wrong. That's Bosley.